All right, hi, hello. We are back with our charts. This is called spiritual response technique. This is when we take a pendulum and we take this very specific set of charts. Again, this is called spiritual response technique, and we do some deep diving into the subconscious. We have some conversations with our collective consciousness, and we have some conversations with spirit, some intentions, some prayer, whatever you want to call it. And so it's sort of this like 3-for-1 deal for me in my mind, where you get to work on the subconscious, you get to work on the conscious mind, and you actually also get to work on the heart, the soul, the spirit. It's like all of your components working together to be able to move some energy, release some blocks, reprogram the mind a little bit so you don't have outdated belief systems getting you down. So that's what SRT does. I do this in one-to-one sessions, or I do it here in this group dynamic on the internet. Who would have thought? If you would have told me a few years ago I'd be doing that, I would have been like, yeah, right. I'm not doing that. That doesn't sound great to me. But here we are, and we love it. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna say, what's the root of this self-punishment? What is the root of the self-punishment? Okay, chart 30. Ooh, chart 30, a tiny little chart. Doesn't have a lot going on here, but I have a feeling it is powerful. So our personal soul package. Our personal soul package, for whatever reason, has got maybe some programming, maybe some outdated beliefs, maybe some traumatic imprints. Maybe there is stuff from past lives. That's what I'm guessing. There's some past life stuff here that's about self-punishment. It's almost like you get into the habit of self-punishment and you can't get out, and you don't even know you're doing it. You're just like in the habit of self-punishment. So we're just going to ask for that root of that self-punishment to be cleared and released now. So anybody who has any past life ridiculousness, any traumas, any thought patterns, any addictions, any habits that are keeping them inside of that just self-punishment, like when I think of this whole package, it's almost just like, well, this is just who I am. This is just who I am. I'm long suffering. I'm a martyr. I don't take care of myself. I put everybody else first. And when something good comes my way, I push it away because I want to punish myself. So that's what we're clearing right now. We're just clearing that vibe. We're clearing that energy. And, you can say yes, you can say amen, you can say that sounds great to me, I'll take it. You can trust and believe that if you want this to work for you, it can work for you. If you don't want this to work for you, well, then it doesn't have to work for you, and you can just swipe away. Okay, programs in the subconscious mind of one. Again, this is kind of what just came up. It's that same sort of thing. It's like, this is just mental programming. It's a mental story around self-punishment. And so I'm actually going to ask, can I have a little bit more information about the specifics, again, about something, maybe the root, something that could kind of shine a light for us on what specifically is going on with the self-punishment in particular. Like, we get it. There's the root of self-punishment, and the root is in, it's programming, it's our soul package, it's past life stuff. Anything else that we can learn about this self-punishment, just so we can, really be able to consciously make some decisions to let it go. It's funny, I've added the all of the elements, air, fire, water, and earth, and then I've also added the corresponding sort of tarot symbol. So swords is for air, and that's what just came up, and this goes along with everything that the clearing just said, which is, this is a mind problem. This is a mind problem. Your self-punishment is a mind problem. It's so interesting because I've been thinking about that for myself lately. I've been pushing away some really good things coming my way because I think I'm afraid of good things happening. And that fear is a mental fear. It's not real. It's not like, I'm not actually afraid of good things. My soul, like my heart, isn't afraid of good things. My mind is afraid of good things. And so we're just saying we release ourselves from any outdated belief system that is telling us that we shouldn't have good things come our way, that we should punish ourselves, that we are unworthy of good things, that we've done something wrong, that we are not then deserving of good things coming our way, and that we also release ourselves from any mental pattern that is telling us that if we get something good, we'll just ruin it. That old story, right? Like, that's part of the self-punishment loop, is like, well, I can't have anything good because if I get it, I'll ruin it. And so I can't have anything good because if I get it, I'll ruin it. And it's just this looping over and over and over again. So surprise, surprise, you don't have good stuff coming into your life because you don't believe in yourself to take care of it. You don't believe that you are worthy of having it. And you don't believe that you'll know what to do with it once it's here. And perhaps also you're worried that someone will take it from you. So it's almost like, you can't fire me, I quit, right? Like, you can't take this good thing away from me. I will take it away from myself. I will ruin it for me so that you can't ruin it for me. And I know I definitely have been somebody who has gotten into that trap before. So I'm just calling for that mental programming to be released for everybody. And if you want that for yourself, you can just say, I release myself from any outdated programming now. And then take a deep breath. I release myself from any outdated programming that is holding me back from getting the things that I want. I release myself from the programming of self-punishment. Again, say it out loud. I release myself from the programming of self-punishment. I trust myself to know how to take care of the good things that are coming my way. I trust myself to be able to treat things kindly and with patience and with care. I can be trusted with love. Ooh, I didn't even mean to say that. That just came out of my mouth. So that's for somebody. I can be trusted with love. Love can be trusted with me. Okay, so what percent of this root has been cleared? What percent of the root of self-punishment has been cleared? Ooh, about 30%. So we're going to do a good little chunk of clearing here. Okay, so what else can we do to clear out the rest of this root, chart 20? So it's clear that this is some mental programming stuff going on. Conscious mind, subconscious mind. What else is going on here? The imbalance of the etheric body. And so this is the body, the energetic body that is right outside on the top of our own. And so this self-punishment is in part being inspired and fueled by this imbalance that's happening between our energetic and our physical body. It's almost like, wow, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right, so I should sabotage this. This doesn't feel right, so I should punish myself for this. Not because it makes any logical kind of sense whatsoever, but it just doesn't feel right. And that can happen sometimes when you aren't quite fully in alignment, right? So you have been doing the work, you've been doing the healing, but you're not fully in alignment yet. Your mind is there, maybe your heart's there, but your actions aren't there yet. Or maybe your heart is there, but your mind hasn't caught up yet. So there's this misalignment between where you're going to be soon and where you are now. And so you're still self-punishing because there is this misalignment still that's happening. And so again, for me, I just use the power of my words. I use the power of my visualizations, and I say, first of all, Spirit, clear any imbalance out of the way. And then I visually see the collective back in balance, right? Like as we speak, I am visualizing two large orbs, okay? And the orbs are they're the perfect size. They're exactly the same size, same density, same weight, but they're just like half a bubble off, right? They're just not fully clicked into place. So I'm just energetically and with my mind seeing them click into place. So now they are whole, they are one, they are functioning, they are operational. And so now when we are in that space of alignment and oneness, we don't have to self-punishment anymore because our whole system is in alignment. It's really easy to accidentally self-punish when you're out of alignment. You don't know even that you're self-punishing, but you are. I'm not like, oh yeah, I'm out here trying to punish myself. No, it's just that I'm not in alignment and I barely even know what's good for me right now because I'm not out of alignment. And so I'm unintentionally punishing myself because again, I don't even know what's good for me right now. And so we're clearing that for everybody, the ability to just be able to see things clearly and to be able to, again, have our mental body connected to our emotional body, connected to our spiritual body and our soul, and then our etheric body kind of all working in harmony and alignment together. And that way we won't unintentionally self-punish. Okay, so now what percent of the root have we got cleared? Now what percent of the root do we have cleared? Then looking at 90%. So that's great. That was the big thing that needed to happen. And now we're going to chart 11. Chart 11. All right, what do we got to do here? So we got a couple different things on this chart 11. So what's happening here? Is this cleanse the soul of evil, or is this yep, okay. So kind of had two options that I could see there. So I asked which one it was, and immediately I could see that my pendulum was going to the one. So we're just saying cleanse the soul of evil now. Spirit, clear it. Anybody got some evil that's been hanging on to your soul? Maybe that's why you're feeling out of alignment. Maybe that's why you're self-punishing. Just say out loud right now, Spirit, clear it. What happens when you say that out loud? Just kind of curious. And so we're clearing, rebuilding, and mirror images that are happening. Again, this can be that looping stuff. It's like, oh, I just do this over and over and over again. I don't even know why. I don't even know why I'm self-punishing, but it's just like I am stuck in a feedback loop of self-punishing. So we're shattering that mirror image, right? The mirror image that is allowing you to bounce back and forth and just repeat that same crap over and over and over again. We're clearing that right now. So we're just like, no, not just clearing, like we are destroying the mirrors right now that had been this reflection, right? So again, all you have to say is spirit clear it. And if you want to as well, and you want to add a little bit of bang to this clearing, you visualize right now those mirrors being destroyed and disintegrated, crashed. Take your sledgehammer, take your psychic sledgehammer and crash all the mirrors with which you have been using to repeat bad cycles and bad patterns for yourself. Just crash them, like destroy them, hit them, whatever you got to do psychically, not for real. Unless you really feel like it would be a good ritual for you to actually take a mirror and break it. Well, then I support that too, because I don't believe in broken mirrors being bad luck. I don't think so. Okay, so now what percent have we cleared out the root of this self-punishment? 100%, so that's great. So now we're gonna say, what percent are we blocked to our cheerfulness? 0% blocked, that's great. What percent are we open to our cheerfulness? 0%. So let's look at that cheerfulness thing. That's, we don't need to be closed off to cheerfulness. And it's funny because when I was doing the energy exchange video, I said something when I was doing it that I didn't even mean to say, but I was like, I know this might sound cheesy to some people. I don't know why I said that, but that's the vibe I'm getting right now too. Is like, you're not open to cheerfulness because you think cheerfulness is dumb. You think cheerfulness is cheesy. You think cheerfulness is for somebody else. Cheerfulness is great for that person, but not for me. Cheerfulness is for the kids. Cheerfulness isn't for the grown-ups. I have to be serious. I have to make a living. I have to make hard choices. I have to make sure that I am being an adult and being mature. I have to self-punish myself. I can't be cheerful. And so it's so funny too, because like, that's for me, this is the part of SRT that I would call channeling. It's like, I'm just getting a sense of something and I don't even know why the words are coming out of my mouth. And I used to be a songwriter, and that was how I wrote songs as well. Like, stuff just came out and I didn't really always know why. I didn't know what was being said. I knew that it felt important, and I knew that it felt like it was coming from a deep, deep place in my soul, but it was not here that the songs were coming from. It was like here. And so that same thing happened during the energy exchange. For some reason, in my gut, I said the words, I don't care if you think this is cheesy. And again, that's what's coming out for me right now in this moment. So for whoever, somebody is watching this, is like, oh yeah, that was me. Like, I feel embarrassed by cheerfulness. And maybe we feel guilty about cheerfulness. Ooh, that's interesting, because that just came to my heart as well. Some of you are also feeling guilty. Like, how can I be cheerful right now when the world is going through this? How can I be cheerful right now when there was a global pandemic going on? I used to struggle with that. During the pandemic, it was like, how am I supposed to be a happy mood right now when like everyone's dying? You know, and I think we have that going on right now as well. There's so many horrible stories in the news. It's like, what, you want me to be cheerful? But like, I feel guilty being cheerful. Even if I wake up with a song on my heart, I don't want to sing that song out loud, because what if I offend somebody who's going through something hard? And I would say, again, just release yourself from that. There is nothing to feel sad about or guilty about when you experience cheerfulness. Accept it, love it, appreciate it. That is a gift. That's a gift. If you're naturally feeling some cheerfulness, that is a gift. And certainly closing yourself off to cheerfulness is self-punishment. So see how this is all tying together. So you're operating in self-punishment, closed off to your cheerfulness, but if you open yourself up to cheerfulness, maybe you'll stop self-punishing. It's all coming together. It's all coming together, folks. Okay, so now we're gonna figure out how do we, sorry, my hair is like itching the heck out of me today. I don't know why. Okay, so now what are we gonna do to open us up to cheerfulness? And this means releasing the guilt, releasing the shame, releasing the feelings of silliness or I shouldn't be cheerful. So what do we need to do here to help the collective out and really accessing their cheerfulness, feeling good about being cheerful? What can we do to help everybody just feel good about being cheerful? Is this self-limitation, self-destruction, or self-esteem? Self-destruction. So, yeah, it's also related, isn't it? Just clearing the energy of self-destruction, clearing the negative potential of self-destruction, clearing the motivation of self-destruction. That's the word I was looking for. We clear the motivation that some of you have by self-destruction. You're like motivated by self-destruction. You are fueled by self-destruction, and that is blocking you to your cheerfulness, or that is preventing you from being open, is more what we're talking about today. That is preventing you from being open to your cheerfulness, is this like desire to self-destruct. So we're clearing the desire to self-destruct from everyone right now. And you can say, yes, Spirit, clear it. Amen. Take a deep breath, whatever feels good to you. If none of that feels comfortable, you can also just listen and in your heart say, yeah, I would like that for me. Okay. Okay, fine, Kate. I would take that. I like that. I like that too. Okay. So now what are we doing here? Is this toxic stream or desire to escape? Desire to escape. This comes up all the time. So release all of us from our desire to escape. I know. Did you hear Rosie? Can you see her? I can't tell if you can see her. Rosie's my dog, for anybody who's watching this for the first time and doesn't know that I have a dog named Rosie. Desire to escape. So we're just releasing ourselves from this desire to escape. Is there a root you want me to look at? Yes or no about this desire to escape? No. So can we just move on? Yes. Has the desire to escape been cleared? Yes. Okay. So now what can we do? Again, we're looking at continuing openness to our cheerfulness. Grandma's Good Advice chart. This is the chart that I call Grandma's Good Advice. It's called Chart 19, How to Change Your Life. What does Grandma want to tell us about opening up to cheerfulness? Knowing. Just know that it is so. Just know that it is so. Know that it is okay. So we're just going to open all of us up to just the knowing, the deep knowing, right? Because sometimes you can't understand something. You can't just accept it. You can't come to terms with it. You just have to know it. Half my life is just about knowing things, and I don't really understand why. I just know it because I know it because I know it. And that's what I'm calling in for all of us right now, is just like to just know that it's okay to be cheerful, to just know that it's all right. You don't even have to battle it anymore. You don't even have to think about it anymore. You just know that it's okay to be cheerful, and that cheerfulness is actually great. Cheerfulness in times of trial is actually the most beautiful thing ever. And if you can bring that to the table, if you're somebody who can bring cheerfulness to the table in the midst of trial and tribulation, oh my word, Spirit has a plan for you. Spirit is like very intentionally put you on this planet for a reason, especially at this time. So if you have been reserving your cheerfulness, because again, you've been ashamed or embarrassed or guilty for your cheerfulness, again, I would love to just have you hear me right now when I say, I think it's your purpose. I think it's part of your path. Be funny, be silly, be weird. Do not hide your weird. Do not hide your weird. Whoever you are right now that's been hiding your weird because you're afraid that your weird comes across as cheerful and that cheerfulness comes across as inappropriate in a dark, scary world, let it go. Your cheerfulness is exactly what this dark, scary world needs. Your weirdness is exactly what this dark, scary world needs. Your laughter is exactly what this dark, scary world needs. That's right. Yesterday's energy exchange was laughter. Rosie wants to go, but I have another meeting in a few minutes. Okay, so now what do we need to do to continue to open us up to our cheerfulness? Chart 23. Rosie, was that my high self committee telling me chart 23, or was that your nose telling me chart 23? We're going to find out, aren't we? We're going to find out. Clear, the soul is lying. Clear any lies that the soul is telling you about your cheerfulness, your ability to be cheerful, your right to be cheerful, and your right, again, to not self-punish and not self-destruct. So let's not forget the root of all of this, right? Like right now we're talking about cheerfulness, but let's not forget the root. The root of all of this is you absolutely have the right to stop punishing yourself, to stop self-destructing, and to live in cheerfulness. And your soul is lying to you if it's telling you anything other than that. Why would your soul be lying to you? I don't know, lots of reasons. Shit it's gone through in the past, things it's experienced when it was back at source, back at, all the turns it's taken in different realities. Again, we were talking yesterday about dissociation. There's all kinds of reasons. And so we're just saying, Spirit, clear it. Spirit, clear our soul from being able to lie to us about what is and isn't okay when we are in these human bodies. And it absolutely is okay to be inside this human body and to be happy. I feel like that is really hard to believe these days. I wish y'all could see. I mean, look at this mother right now. This is what she does when she wants to go for a walk. She just like takes over my elbow, and she will just continue to make sure that I cannot successfully operate what I'm trying to operate, because she wants me to know that, no, she just really wants me to take her out right now. So the producer archetype, what percent are we operating inside of our producer archetype? 0%. What percent would it benefit us to zhuzh that up a bit? 100%. So what do we got to do? What do we got to do to give our producer archetype a little bit of life right now? Because yeah, how else do you produce cheerfulness if your producer archetype is at 0? If you're not able to produce any energy right now, you're probably feeling pretty low. You're probably feeling pretty depressed. You're probably feeling pretty dehydrated, and you're certainly not able to access your cheerfulness. So we're going to release that from you now, and we're going to also release any spiritual tumors, any spiritual blobs, any how do I want to word this? Any kind of accumulation of ick that is happening on the spiritual level, the energetic level, okay? So a tumor, obviously, you know, in the physical body is a clumping of cells. They're either, you know, maybe they're cancerous, maybe they're not, but they're a clumping of cells and an overproduction of cells. There's something wrong going on there, that it's acting out of whack. And spiritually, energetically, that could happen as well. You can have kind of a spiritual or an energetic tumor also stuck somewhere in your body, preventing the flow, right? So if I have an energetic tumor stuck in my brain, again, it's not real. This is not a physical, cellular, muscular, whatever matter. It's not matter in that regard. It's energy, but it's clumping things up and it's preventing the smooth flow of information, of light, of energy, of source, of access to source, of access to our producer archetype, because our producer archetype comes from source. That's where we all get our energy that operates that producer archetype. It's from source, it's from spirit, it's from all that is. So we're releasing ourselves of any blocks to our energy, blocks to source, blocks to the creator, is what I'm really gonna say now. Okay, so now what percent have we opened ourselves up to? Our cheerfulness, 100%. So now we're just gonna do 100% of 100% of mop up. Is there anything else on this chart you want me to look at today before we move on? Nope, just our 6B energies. That's beautiful. Thank you. So now we get our replacement energies and we say we're going to do 100% of 100% of mop up, and we are looking at gentleness. Again, zeal, that came up the other day. Patience. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. Gentleness, zeal, and patience. We call all of those energies in for you all now. I hope that this was helpful for you in some way. I hope you come back again, like, follow, subscribe, do all those things. This is just what we do. We do a little conversation with spirit. We have a little conversation with our subconscious and the collective subconscious. We dig up the roots of things. We look at things that might be blocking us. We release outdated belief systems. We say some scripts out loud that can just help cement this new reality, these new belief systems. Again, it's this intention, this prayer to just say, I release anything that isn't serving me. I don't want it anymore. So that's what we do. Kate is who I am, of the Pointed Stone. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you again next time on another episode of Clearing with Kate.